What's up, guys? It's your girl Twilight. Today's topic is, dear spiritual people, take a fucking break. Dear spiritual people, I want you to take a deep breath in and breathe out. And the reason I'm making this video today is because I can see, and I have experienced myself, a level of compassion fatigue like no other. And even though I would say that I feel like I was mentally prepared for this, I also noted that the twists and turns that we would experience since the beginning of COVID, and the shutdowns and the protesting and the rioting, 2020 was just like a car that just ran and crashed into a wall and then decided it was going to back up and crash into a tree. It was just like literally a fucking disaster, right? But some people made the best of it, learned new skill sets. Things are changing, waves of things are changing, and many people were looking forward to getting back to normal. Now, many of us who were spiritual people, we kind of understood that there was no getting back to normal, because once you make these drastic, abrupt changes in human living, we all knew that things were not going to be the same. But regular folk who, believe in what they see only, were convinced that things would totally get back to normal, and we see that that hasn't been the case. Even with the jab and the Greek letter alphabet constantly extending and new variants popping up all over the place, it has just been a complete freak show. And the carnage has fell on all of us in terms of our psychological condition. There's been a lot of unraveling. The collective has been very, very unsettled, and the energies and the frequencies are that of being unsettled. But I'm going to unfold to you today in this video. This is all a part of the process. This is 100% a part of the process. So I want spiritual people to take a deep breath and realize that we have went into overdrive as it relates to putting information out into the collective, getting people to see things from a different perspective, taking shit from people, dealing with our demons, dealing with their demons, attempting to transmute negative energy, open people's eyes. People are still walking and falling and walking right off the cliff, mindlessly following. And mainly it's because we are in a society that is ruled by fear. Now, am I saying that spiritual people don't have fears? Absolutely not. We have fears. That would be ridiculous, because we're in this fucking avatar, and we're going to have some of the limitations of being in an avatar. And when I say avatar, I mean being in this body. Yes, we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience, but we're having a physical experience nonetheless, right? So you can't discount the fact that you are going to have some limitations because you are encased in a body. Okay, so just to keep it a buck, just to keep it 100 with you guys, don't beat yourself down, because you're still going to be human. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to embrace your humanity. And I think that's a lot of what spiritual people have a problem with. They have a problem with balancing their humanity with their gifts and their callings. I know I'm speaking to someone today. So what I am saying to you is that a lot of the people that were already governed by fear, we're going to continue to be governed by fear anyway. And that was something that was going to be inevitable. All they had to do was increase and amplify their fears and their uncertainties, and they would become unhinged easily. We knew we were going to see that, and as much as we tried to prepare, they keep on twisting the knife, and upping the ante. But I'm going to show you, this is exactly the way it was intended to be. Now remember, guys, we're coming out of the age of Pisces, okay? Now, when we say we're coming out of the age of Pisces, what does that mean? The earth, as we know it, tilts into a certain constellation every 2,000 years. That particular constellation has specific attributes that is like a huge umbrella or macrocosm that affects the frequency of this existence. So 2,000 years ago, we were in the age of Pisces. And if you look, it was governed by what? Pisces is governed by what? The fish. The fish has a lot to do with what? Christianity. So what are some of the attributes of the Piscean era? Love, hope, dreaming, sympathy, belief, faith, redemption, drugs, prayer, light, peace, etc. And you can actually look this up on Google yourself and do a little bit of research. Why is this important? Because that was the age of belief. Okay? That was the age of redemption. That was the age of looking at certain individuals as more qualified than another simply because of their status. And when you listen to the news, you will hear echoed a number of times, almost methodically, trust the experts. Trust the experts. That is a Piscean in a Dodge. Okay? Now, would I say no, don't trust the experts? No, that's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that in the wave of energy of Aquarius, it's causing people to trust more of their intuition, trust more of their self, trust more of their divine knowledge. So what's the age of Aquarius ruled by? Equality, intellectual science, analysts, objectivity, electromagnetism, tech, networks, unique, weird, outsider, outcast. And you spiritual people, now you are in play, baby. Remember when you were younger and nobody was checking for you and everybody thought you was a huge fucking weirdo? You're in play right now, baby, because we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and you didn't even know that you was in play like this. But yes, being the unique, weird, outsider, outcast is actually a sign of the times. Okay, because we're moving into that time space where we're moving into more of a rebellious, revolutionary, unpredictable, detached kind of energy. Now, what you'll find is in some ways that's being exploited, in various different sectors, but it is still on the spectrum of becoming your authentic self, becoming your unique self. Being sure about who you are, not being as quick to follow the crowd. So we are in right smack dab in the middle of transitioning from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. Okay? Now, what else is there to know about the age of Aquarius? Well, let's dive a little deeper. In the new age of Aquarius, we break free from centuries of false doctrine, destruction, indoctrination, absurd idea, children's stories about God, education, medicine, and love. The corrupt foundation of a false society begins to crumble. Listen again. I'm going to say that again. The corrupt foundations of a false society begins to crumble. This time of crisis is not the signal of the end of the world. Oh, did I just fuck you up with that? Yes. Go ahead and look into this. These things were written way before I said it out of my mouth. This is what the age of Aquarius is all about. This particular apocalypse is the apocalypse of a specific time where people were believers. They weren't knowers. They weren't unified. They weren't thinking. They weren't critically analyzing things and calling shit out for what it is. You see what I'm saying? And so now, what we're in, as we dive deeper into what the age of Aquarius is that it's not the end, but a beginning of something new. The dream of humanity has lived for centuries, and it ends to awaken to a bright new day. So, pay attention. Some people are fucked up behind this, and they're going to remain fucked up behind this because they are more attached to the age of the Piscean era. And a lot of times these people were casting spells over people's minds, making them believe something that they're not. They're so gun-ho about their status, they're so gun-ho about, you know, their titles and all of these things, but the qualities they depict do not depict that of fervent leadership. And so what comes into question is, sure, you have this title, but where are the qualities and the receipts behind the shit? And so that is what the Age of Aquarius is about. So a lot of people that's in power, that's in play, they're in play because we all put our energy into it as the collective and believed. But when people start to back away from that, there's a certain level of desperation that is going to come. They're wondering, am I going to lose all my shit? How can I regain power? So the battles are becoming more intense. They're becoming more egregious. And I honestly don't think that they're going to just stop short because we're tired. You know, they're not going to stop short because people are faltering and people are transitioning off of this planet. No, they're going to continue to be amplified because that control is being lost. You understand? So spiritual people, what I am telling you on today is that you need to take a break. You've been putting energy into the collective and you are so fucking worried, but you don't understand that this is part of the cosmic order. We're tilting into the constellation of Aquarius, and now we are coming into a new age, and what was old is beginning to crumble and is beginning to become desperate. And unfortunately, there are going to be some casualties because of this. Now, as we know, we have to engage in ebb and flow. Okay, and so since you have been flowing so much energy out, god damn it, I said it's time to put some energy back in. You've been flowing so much energy out, god damn it, I said it's time to put some energy back in. So we need to get to a point where we are regrounding and regrouping ourselves, taking a break from the social media fucking philosopher preacher shit, taking a break from trying to save and fix everybody, taking a break from taking shit from people, okay, taking a break from listening to these burdensome woes from everybody about how you should and what you should and fuck all that. Okay, I'm telling you right now, you're going to allow yourself to be human right now. I'm talking to my spiritual people right now. The people that are the practitioners, the healers, the empaths, the clairsentients, the clairvoyants, the ones who are doing the readings, the ones who are teaching. Take a fucking break. If you have to reground and regroup your root chakra, listen to 256 hertz frequency. That frequency is the frequency of the root chakra. Not only is the root chakra a color, red, it is also a frequency, because color is a frequency. So that frequency puts you in resonance and vibration with your core. Okay? Do some earthing. You know, earthing is a good opportunity to get the positive ions from the earth. Various different crystals, oils, as well as regrouping, releasing, taking a break, having fun, enjoying more intimacy, traveling. I know traveling is probably a hard one, but if you can, and just doing things you enjoy, doing things that you love, finding out about new things. Yes, and I want to be clear that as things are progressing and talks of stagflation, which just simply means that inflation is higher, but the growth of the economy is slowing down. As those talks are being solidified in our country, in the economy, people are going to have reactions to it. So those reactions are something that you are just going to have to allow. And check out these root chakra affirmations. A lot of them are about letting things be what they are. So please recognize that it is your time to bring some energy back into yourself and love up on yourself and live your life. At times we are going to have to take a break. So expect from this point of this year on to the end for there to be additional, crumbling and additional reactions and additional chaos and additional exploitation. There's nothing we can do about that. But as I pointed out, this is actually the process that was going to happen regardless. So If this has been helpful to you guys, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Also, join the Patreon. We have a community over there and over 90 different posts, videos, worksheets, classes, and courses that you can take to help you with the spiritual grounding. Peace.